Government of India, Ministry of Women and Child Development has announced Rashtriya Poshan Maah celebration during the month of September every year since the launch of Poshan Abhiyan in 2018. The upcoming Poshan Maah 2025 is scheduled from 12th September 25 to 11th October 25. One of the theme areas consists addressing obesity, reducing consumption of sugar, salt and oil. The phrase, longer the belt, shorter the life, is rightly said for obese persons. A longer belt size often correlates with a shorter lifespan due to associated health risk. Obesity. It is a complex chronic condition characterized by excessive accumulation of body fat that poses health risks defined by a body mass index of 30 or higher. It results from a long-term imbalance between calorie intake and expenditure and contributes to various health problems. This includes type 2 diabetes, heart diseases, certain cancers, and sleep apnea. While diet and activity levels are significant, genetics, environment, and other factors also influence weight regulation. Managing obesity often requires a comprehensive, long-term approach involving lifestyle changes and potentially medical interventions. Obesity is not just about carrying extra weight. It is a medical condition where excess body fat increases the risk of serious health problems. Globally, according to World Health Organization, obesity rates have nearly tripled since 1975. One of the major reasons is poor diet choices, especially too much of sugar, too much of oil. Sugar is everywhere, in sodas, juices, cakes, biscuits, even processed sausages. Too much sugar is a fast track to weight gain, belly fat, insulin resistance, and higher diabetes risk. To reduce sugar intake, focus on eliminating sugary drinks, choosing whole foods or processed foods, reading nutrition labels to avoid added sugar, and gradually reducing sugar in your cooking and baking. Use natural sweeteners like fruits and spices and opt for water, unsweetened milk or tea instead of sweetened beverages. Another is fats and oils. We need some fats in our diet, but too much oil, especially saturated and trans fats, leads to cholesterol, build up clogging of the arteries, and yes, more weight gain. Fried foods like samosas, chips, and pakoras are tasty, but dangerous if it is eaten too often. The main 4 types of dietary fats includes polyunsaturated, monounsaturated, trans, and saturated fats. These 4 varieties of fat differ in their physical and chemical structure. The saturated and trans fats are considered solid at room temperature, whereas mono and polyunsaturated fatty fats are liquid at room temperature. Regardless of their physical and chemical properties, these all different forms of fat provide 9 calories for every gram consumed, which is much higher than the amount of energy supplied per gram of carbohydrate and protein. The saturated and trans fats raise the low density lipoproteins and are considered unhealthy, whereas the monosaturated fatty acids and polyunsaturated fatty acids, which lowers LDL, are considered beneficial. A general rule for low-fat food is that if we need to provide 100 calories and it has 3 grams or less of fat, then it is a low-fat food. This will support weight loss or cardiovascular health. A healthy low-fat diet involves reducing saturated and trans fats, prioritizing whole foods like vegetables, fruits, lean protein, and avoiding excess of refined carbs. While beneficial, very low-fat diets under 10% of calories can be difficult to maintain and may lead to nutrient deficiencies. So focusing on moderate fat from healthy sources is often more effective. Salt. Salt make food taste good, but too much can cause high blood pressure, kidney damage and water retention. Almost all populations are consuming too much sodium. The global mean intake of adults is 4,310 mg per day sodium, which is equivalent to 10.78 gram per day. This is more than double the WHO recommendations. The primary health effect associated with diets high in sodium is raised blood pressure, which increases the risk of cardiovascular diseases, gastric cancer, obesity, osteoporosis, and kidney diseases. An estimated 1.89 million deaths each year are associated with consuming too much of sodium. Reducing sodium intake is one of the most effective measures to improve health and reduce the burden of non-communicable diseases. Low salt intake or low sodium diet involves limiting your daily sodium consumption to help lower high blood pressure and improve heart, kidney and liver health. Most of the sodium which people consume is hidden and processed and restaurant foods. So to reduce intake, eat more fresh and whole foods and read the nutrition labels to check the sodium. Here are some easy tips for keeping obesity and diet-related health issues away. Drink more of water, skip sugary drinks, use small amount of oil, try steaming, grilling or roasting foods, flavor foods with herbs and spices instead of excess salt, eat more fresh vegetables and fruits for natural sweetness, get at least 30 minutes of physical activity daily. Thank you.